you have to build a community, and to build a community you have to have a really strong brand that promotes counterculture and not just the typical stuff that everybody's into, which I think is a majority of any scene in the world. People are always streamlined into a very commercial perspective, and there are always people pushing, I wouldn't really say the underground, but I would say there are always people pushing the independent scene, and the other side is pushing the independent scene in Dubai. It's very obvious. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. Part of a collective in Cairo called Cairo is Coming, KIK for short. And we used to play a lot of venues, and we'd never really be booked at the same venue again. And it was mainly because I think we were too progressive and strange for the local culture in Cairo, the local music culture and stuff. We just started getting really annoyed and tired of being in that situation where we couldn't really express ourselves. So we found some success outside of Egypt, and then when that picked up, we were like, no, we need to localize it again, and we need to go back to our roots and push the Cairo scene forward. And that's really the idea behind KIK and what we do. So it's a matter of experimenting and expressing yourself constantly, and being able to introduce the local crowd to something new.
You know, the last 5 years I've been playing a lot of, let's say, the street music from Palestine, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, you know, Midwiz music. I'm Palestinian, and I grew up in the United States. I grew up in Washington, D.C., influenced by a lot of soul music. You know, my mom was from Detroit, and there was a lot of, you know, Marvin Gaye, Motown records happening. Also, you know, hip-hop, jazz scene in D.C. is very strong. So yeah, that's what I'm focused on now, is mixing those two things, you know, soul and street music of Bilad Shem. It's all about what happens between the performer and the people, you know, that third party, you know, that exists between the two. But if the people are feeling it, you know, then you really go to another level together. So that's what I'm excited about. See that the underground scene being promoted well, being pushed, being well attended, you know. So it's good to see that happening.
Yeah, I would say that it becomes so easy for a Middle Eastern artist or an artist of Arab origin to become really frustrated with the regional scene, again, for how streamlined it is, and how there's a lack of options, there's a lack of cool venues with an accessible crowd that could be into what you're doing, could be into something different. So I think what the other side has done in that regard is push for that perspective. I wish there were more venues like this around the Middle East so I could play more at places like this, but there aren't, actually. There aren't. I've played in Dubai, and I've played in Beirut, and I've played in Cairo, and I have a show in Jordan, and again, it's always going to be the people who stand up for independent music culture.
Dubai is notorious for being a melting pot of people from everywhere, from all across the region and from all over the world. So to get the opportunity to play in front of that diverse audience, it warmed my heart. Honestly, it made me really happy.
Yeah, it's my first time here in An Lounge, and I really, really like it. I think the interior is really cool and chilled out and gives a sort of laid-back vibe. Totally fits with the other side's independent, sort of chilled out concept. I like that this is what the promoters are providing, and this is what the concept founders are doing for artists, because also as far as their bookings go, it's cool to see that they're representing something that's going on in the Middle East that's not cheesy. They're not cheesy, and that's cool.
I'm Z the People, aka Zain and Nas, live at the other side in Dubai.
Hi, this is Bosaina, and we're live from the other side in Dubai.